Next question says, why do monopolies and oligopolies benefit producers over consumers? And so the answer choices are: A, companies control prices through demand; B, competition is driven by factors other than price; C, demand influences production more than when the competition is less; or D, few producers can generally control prices. So we want to clarify, a monopoly is a situation where there's a single producer for an entire market of goods, and oligopolies where there's only a few producers for an entire market of goods. This is contrasted with a perfectly competitive market where there's theoretically infinite or so many producers that no producer has price setting power. And so let's look up a graph for monopoly really quick. So this is good. So we see here that in a perfectly competitive market, we would see that this market would operate at point C, where demand is intersecting marginal cost, and so that's the perfectly competitive equilibrium. And with a monopoly, because they have pricing power, their marginal revenue is different from the demand curve, right? It's separate. Where on a perfect competitive market, we would see this demand curve is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. But for a monopoly or an oligopoly too, that's not the case. We can see that there's a separate, more steep marginal revenue curve, and so the intersection of marginal revenue and marginal cost occurs at QM, and then because monopolies have pricing power, they set the price higher at PM, and they capture this supernormal profit of PM minus PC times M, right? Times QM. And so this supernormal profit is beneficial to the producers because normally in a perfectly competitive market, you can make positive profits. You can make supernormal profits. And so this situation benefits the producers over consumers. And it hurts consumers because this consumer surplus is shrinking. This kind of shaded orange and blue trapezoid used to, it's not trapezoid, it's like a quadrilateral, used to be captured by the consumer surplus triangle, and now it is not captured by that triangle. And so that's going to be the difference between the two. So the reason that this happens is mostly due to market power, that the ability of a few producers to exist in this market by themselves gives them the ability to control the prices and set them wherever they want. So looking through the answer choices, D is the best answer here. Monopolies and oligopolies benefit producers over consumers because few producers can generally control prices. So let's take a look at the previous tutor's answer. So the previous tutor also said D. They said a monopoly is a type of market structure where there's just a single maker in the market who delivers the item which has nearly no nearby substitutes available. Being a single seller, the product has full control over the price. A monopolist can fix whatever price it wishes to fix for its product, which benefits producers over consumers, but cannot charge a price that a customer will not be able to bear. A competitive market structure under oligopoly refers to that form of market structure in which there are a few big firms producing a commodity. Each firm has a noteworthy share of the market. Accordingly, the price and output policy of one firm significantly impacts the price and output of rival firms. Oligopoly firms are few large dominant firms, and they generally compete with each other on the basis of output, but sometimes this competition can take an ugly side, and firms can start engaging in price wars, which reduces the incentive for consumer. Market power concentration in the hands of a few firms for both monopolies and oligopolies leads to underproduction, higher prices, inefficiency, and price discrimination. Great answer, breaks it down very well. So we can mark that as good and mark this as correct.